Hey, this is Rabbi Shmuel Pollen, and we're going to talk today about why your day is not going smooth. Everyone wants a smooth day, and we almost never get it. We walk through the corridor when we're getting up, and we bump up against it, and it hurts a little bit. We look for our keys in one pocket, and it's really in the other pocket. We overcook our eggs, and our spouse yells at us as we're getting in the car, and nothing is going right. And why can't things just go smoothly? So, to understand this, we really have to understand what we're doing in this world, because this pretty much is our life. Our life is a bunch of hiccups. It's a bunch of things going wrong. This is what it is. So the question is, what are we doing here? And how does that play into all these hiccups that happen to us during the day? So we understand that God started the world by creating Adam and Eve. And that was supposed to be a marriage. So the purpose of this world is a marriage. And that marriage did not go well. They cheated on God with Satan, and it plunged the world into millennia of pain and heartache. And the men have to work so hard for their money, and the women have to work so hard for their childbirth. And that didn't go well, but each one of us has a marriage with a spouse, or if not with a spouse, a marriage with God, in which we can redo that and correct it and make a beautiful, loving, intimate connection with another person or with God. So the purpose of this world is relationship, and relationship is supposed to be filled with love and playfulness, and we have to understand how these things going wrong is playful. But we can understand that when we have a dog and we want to build a relationship with the dog, we'll throw the bone 50 feet away from the dog and make him chase after it, and then come back to it. And when it comes back with a smile on its face that we never could have imagined. So if that's the way it works with the dog, it sort of works like that way with us, that if everything would be going smooth, it would be completely neutral and completely vanilla. And that would be like a relationship in which there are no arguments, and there's never anyone getting angry. There's no passion. It's just vanilla. It's just neutral. And that's not what really we want. We would rather have some action. Everybody wants some action in a movie, and we want action in our lives. And that's the way God created things, so that we have these hiccups, so we have this interaction with God that creates the relationship and fixes up the relationship that we were originally supposed to have with Adam and Eve. So there's three basic tools that you want to use when you encounter these obstacles, and that is a lesson, a story, or a game. So if your son got kicked out of class, well, that's going to be a lesson for him on how to behave better. So it's a good thing because you're learning a lesson from it. And it's also a story because that's something you can talk about at the dinner table. So you have something to talk about, and everybody loves a good story. And a game, you could view it as a game, how to get the kid back into class, how to maneuver between this person and that person and that person, and to get him back into class could be like a game. And we all love games, and games are fun for everyone. So if you just shift your perspective a little bit into lesson, story, game, instead of just damn it, because when you say damn it, when these hiccups happen, you're really damning God, because this is a situation, the event that God created for you to enjoy or to learn from, or to be a story for you. And when you say damn it, you're damning him. You're saying, I don't want what you gave me. I reject what you're giving me. And we are supposed to love God according to the Bible with all our heart and all our soul and all our might. And that's the kind of relationship we're supposed to have with the events around us. We're supposed to love life. We're supposed to love life so much so that we could call it a love of our heart, soul, and might, even something greater than our soul. We're supposed to have extreme, passionate love for every single thing that happens to us in our lives. And as a side question, which has to do with bigger hiccups, why did God create poor people and rich people? Why couldn't it be like communism hoped to do, that everybody's leveled out? It seems unfair, right? But the truth is, it's a little bit like the hiccups. There's a certain game, there's a certain story, there's a certain lesson, there's a certain art in this process of the rich giving to the poor. What's supposed to happen, but what's not happening, is the rich are supposed to realize that they have the poor's portion in their portion, supposed to take that out, that tithe, and give it to the poor. And the smile you see on a baby's face when they get that piece of bread or they get that soup or whatever they get is so beautiful that it's worth all the pain in the world. And to understand that, I think it's good to watch a video about Abby D'Agostino, because she did something that you could say was ruining her career, because she had trained all her life to be a runner and win the gold medal. But she wound up doing something that was much greater than the world medal. Watch the video and you'll see. So as you can see, this is something that hundreds of thousands of people saw, inspired hundreds of thousands of people, inspired them far more than they would be inspired by the race itself. In fact, nobody could tell you who won the gold medal in that race, but everyone can tell you who Abby D'Agostino was and is, and that's something so beautiful that it's worth the pain. It's worth going through it to create such a situation. And just as an example of another hiccup, I heard a story. It's not a very intense story, but it's just a guy going to work, and he's very late, but he has it set up on Waze that he's going to get there at a certain time. But then the traffic starts getting slower and slower and slower, and the Waze is changing directions, changing the estimated time until he's going to be extremely late. And he sees what's holding up the traffic is a cop car just sitting there on the side of the highway. And the policeman is like having donuts and coffee just sitting there while holding up all the cars on the highway. And he said, what the heck is going on? He was so angry at that cop. He's like, I'm going to kill this cop. And then when he gets to the actual place where the cop is, he understands that there's a big, big pothole in front of him. And would that cop not be there, his car would have gone over the pothole and probably would have taken his tires off. Could have completely, potentially ruined his car. So this cop, which seemed like a hiccup, it seemed like a nuisance, and you might say, damn it, but don't damn it. Say, I love it. I love it with all my heart and all my soul and all my might, because this is what God put in front of me. And the whole process of our life is a process of interpreting what God has in front of us and uncovering the love that He has for each one of us every single day, in every single moment, in every single hiccup. So the next time something annoying happens, don't damn it. View it as a lesson, a story, a game. Don't be at war with reality. Don't think God is out to get you. Don't say, why do I deserve this? I can't believe this is happening to me. Lesson, story, game, and you will always be happy in this world and the next. God bless.